Everybody has a signature sneaker right now, but the rollout is where players start to distinguish themselves. Some focus on their personalities, while others have to lean on the designers and the world around it. Last week, we got two great examples of both, with Angel Reese and Reebok, and Tyrese with Puma and Hali Burton. Today, I'm going to break down how those campaigns came to be and what you can pull from them, and also hit on some of the can't miss marketing moments of the week. But before we get into all that, I'm Derick, the marketing point guard, and welcome to my channel where we break down marketing insights from current campaigns to help you build your brand. Let's get into it. To start, we have Puma and Tyrese Haliburton. Now, last season in the playoffs, you couldn't have asked for a better kickoff to this debut signature sneaker. Now, if you remember, he broke him out for game 1 of the NBA Finals first, in which they had the epic comeback. He hit the big time shot, had the sneakers on the podium. Again, this is stuff you sit in the boardroom and wish you could cook up, and they had it happen in real time. Now, they also had some bad luck, unfortunately, with Tyrese Haliburton getting injured in game 7, and it's Achilles tear. It's looking like he's going to be out for the entire season. So I know for a fact, actually, that changes how you roll out this product and the marketing and all of the spots and everything that you can do around it. So luckily for them, they have a great designer on board for this in Hali Burton, who has a clear vision, a unique point of view, and a defined aesthetic. And so for the first spot, we get a sort of journey in a supermarket, kind of redubbed Hali Mart. And in it, you have all these food products kind of renamed and remixed with Haliburton's flavor on there. And the hero of the spot is the opal colorway of the Hali ones. Now, this is a new colorway. The one we saw during the finals was the hibiscus colorway. And so we have opal. It looks like the opal draws inspiration from the opal apples, but those are more of a yellow golden kind of color. And the hibiscus gemstone is more of the blue. So it's a merge of those two inspirations. And we get this official look at his sneaker. And they tease a pop-up that's happening this week. So maybe during that pop-up, there will be a sit-down conversation between Hali and Tyrese, and we'll get more of the story. But that's what we get so far. We get this fun spot, really creative, really quirky. You get Darnell Rollins in there, and it's fun. And I think the only piece about this that is missing for me is the connection to Tyrese Haliburton. And again, I fully acknowledge, he's injured. He may be limited in his access, but so far the storytelling in the world that they're building feels very much like a Hali thing. And that's the pros and cons of working with such a defined and unique artist, is that his blueprint is going to come through. And so if Puma doesn't want this to just be like another sneaker, I think the reason you make a Tyrese Haliburton a signature athlete is because you believe in his ability, his game, and obviously his personality to help you sell this. And he doesn't seem to be someone who's lacking in personality. I mean, just look at the fits he throws together, right? Like, he's somebody who has a voice too, and he has something to say and wants to get that across. So I'm hoping to see more of that as this rolls out. And again, we won't be able to see him back it up as he does best on the court. He's been leaning into that villain role, and the way that the Pacers have played the last 2 postseasons and what they've been able to accomplish is sometimes you like to let your game do all the talking. And because he's not able to do that, they got to lean on some different tricks and tips to market and brand this shoe. So, I mean, they should tap into my sideline blueprint that I put out, but I think they're doing a great job tapping into those beats. This pop-up that I mentioned before is going to be in Indiana, so you get show the local love, get those people in first. But let's hear more from Tyrese. His dad is a character. He just got engaged, so there's a lot of life moments that he can pull from to build out his own world. And maybe the supermarket is the form that they can kind of release all these colorways. Like I said, the other one was hibiscus, so they all seem to have like a fruit plant kind of vibe, at least to start. But we'll see. I think the key for them is just to really make it tie back to Tyrese, because right now I'm not seeing that connection, and you don't want to have that confusion in the marketplace, especially for a debut sneaker. And again, not everybody's going to be an Anthony Edwards with a strong personality, or a Shea with a strong style that you can really drive off of. So I want variation in the marketplace for sure, but I think you still need that connection, because why is it Tyrese if, you know, we could put this Salehi sauce on anybody's shoe? So looking forward to see how they bridge that gap and tell that story. One person who doesn't need any assistance on the personality front is Angel Reese. Her Reebok debut is all Angel all the time, you know. So she in Reebok, they got it, and they're not running from it. They're leaning into her personality. Last week we saw the debut of her first official spot with Reebok, Fuel. You know, typically some of these anthem spots, you get the celebrity voiceover, or you get the rapper musician who has a distinct voice to kind of come in and make it big, make it full, and all that. But Angel said, these podcast mics work for voiceovers too. And she got down and she did her own voiceover. And I think that's dope. It's dope because the signature should be yours. It's a signature for a reason, right? Like, it's unique to you. And she has that unique personality, that unique voice. So Reebok is smartly leading all the way into that and letting her drive this narrative. You could see her imprint on the design, from the colorways to the names, Me Bounds. You know, people's out here trying to clown her game. She flipped that, trademarked it, made it a colorway as well. So she's not only flipping the script on the floor, but she's flipping it business-wise too, and she's going to see the fruits of that as well. So super big flex. I think she's just a star through and through, and she wants to be a billionaire. She hasn't been shy about that. People laughed at that as well, but these are the kind of moves that get you there. And being so clear on who you are, your brand, who you speak to, that's how you sell through week one, day one. Angel Reese's ones are sold out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a coincidence. That's from intention, that's from authenticity. And one of my favorite parts of the campaign is some of the extensions, collaborations they're starting to do, right? Unless you were living under a rock, Love Island was huge this summer and has been kind of swelling over the past couple of years. I'm a fan of the show, so I've been watching all the UK seasons, but it's becoming big in the US now, and those weeks that they spend in the villa are creating actual celebrities when they come out of there. So one of the rising stars from it is Olandria, and she's been killing it from Fashion Week and in the modeling space. So she goes by the Bama Barbie from Alabama. Angel Reese got the Bayou Barbie from her time in LSU. Put those two Barbies together, do an unboxing, like, it makes so much sense, right? And again, if it makes too much sense and you don't do it, it's a problem, right? So that is just a great link up, great storytelling. They say they got more to come, so I'll be looking out to see what else they cook up. But looking forward to the rest of this campaign, and I expect to continue to see sellouts and sell-throughs. Like, again, Angel Reese is a star with a big personality. You lean into that, and I think that's, in a crowded signature market game, like, that's what does it. You know what I'm saying? Like, good players, there's great players, there's big personalities, there's smart personalities. And I think when you get a great player with a big personality, that is a signature athlete. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to tier these out a little bit. Hit me in the comments if you think we should create tiers for athletes and signature shoes, but it needs to be, that's what it needs to be, right? Like, I mean, I understand everybody can't be as charismatic as like an Anthony Edwards or as stylish as a Shea, but I don't think everybody should have a signature shoe. I think that's just, it loses its lure the more the marketplace gets crowded. So I love seeing people do it right. And again, this isn't a huge knock on how Tyrese and Puma. I think they do a great job with LaMelo as somebody who they're able to find his authentic story, and his shoes feel just like his shoes, even if they don't connect with me. But those colorways and those collaborations and those inspirations are very much in LaMelo's world. And I think that's just what I'm not seeing from Puma and Tyrese just yet. But again, I'll give him some time. Again, the injury kind of changes plans and things, but that's kind of the signature takes in how you see it. But that personality is key. That authenticity is key. That storytelling is key. You don't want to just create another shoe. You want this to be special. and it's special because the person who's wearing them. So we got to know who's wearing them. That's as simple as it gets right there. And, you know, before we get out of here today, I definitely want to hit on some other things I saw in the marketplace last week. WNBA season just wrapped up and we got some awards announcements, and to the surprise of nobody, Paige won Rookie of the Year, and well-deserved, completely earned. I love the unveil too. They did it at the Jennifer Hudson show. That was dope. You know, she was coming down the aisle and you could tell she was really surprised because it really stopped her in the track. So that was a great viral, wholesome moment. And again, me watching this, I was excited to see how our big sponsors would chime in on the moment. Covered it way back when it happened, when she was drafted number 1. We got 2 spots immediately from Nike and Gatorade, and it looked like they were kind of pulling from the same playbook. They both kind of hit on the Western vibes. Like, obviously she was going to go number 1, and you knew Dallas had the number 1 pick. So it was easy to connect those dots of inspiration, and both kind of had a spot alluding to going to Dallas or going to Texas, and had some Western Americana vibes to it. So they kind of played in the same space. So I was curious to see how they would approach it for this latest accolade, and Nike kind of stood firm on their turf, and they said, hey, we still got this Western vibe going. They declared this like her first rodeo, and really framed all of her success around this being her first time going through it, which was cool. I think they came, the buckle that they developed, Paige Bueckers, you know, buckets, buckle, you know, like nice little play. I get it, cool. And then they had the rodeo flyer, which was dope. And then Gatorade kind of played it safe and just did, you know, clean photography, and was like another check on the bucket list. Great copy, again, tying into the bucket. So it was cool. I wish Gatorade went a little bit harder. We didn't get any spots out of it, but I liked it. I liked the effort. Then that's going to be a fun battle to watch. Gatorade and Nike are obviously 2 of the hugest players in the space, and they have a lot of the top talent. So as Nike is the king of the championship winner moment, we'll get to more on that in a little bit. It's fun to see Gatorade kind of enter the space and see what their style and take on it is. The other moment is more just nostalgic to me. I'm sure a couple of you guys, if you grew up in the 90s playing ball in the early 2000s, like, it was impossible to ignore and one. You know, even before the mixtapes became a thing and everybody was trying to copy those moves, the shirts were so iconic. They were so ridiculous, full with trash talk, and they've kind of been missing from the landscape, and I'm surprised that they haven't come back in a significant way. But there was just a release last week, so I was excited to see those. It brought back nostalgia. I almost wanted to cut the sleeves off my shirt like real tight. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw Ty Lawson hooping like that, and it took me way back. But that's how you had to treat those shirts. So it's cool to see those back. M1's been trying to kick the tires and re-spark the energy. So shout out to them, man. I love seeing the shirts out in the space, and gotta cop me one of those. But if we're talking about signature athletes, personality, great marketing campaigns, I think Angel Wilson is near the top of that list. And she just won her historic 4th MVP, and Nike delivered an iconic spot for her, as they always do. And, you know, this is just everything I was talking about this whole video and before. Like, Angel Wilson is that. You know, the grind that she had to put in, which is crazy to say, to validate a signature sneaker is dope. It's dope to see that journey, you know, and she has the personality. She's funny. She dances. She has great quotes and commentary. She's just a fun personality and a fierce competitor. So she runs the gamut on both sides, and that is what you want to see from an athlete. And the copywriting, the shots, just the whole way this thing came together was great, and love to see it. I hope to see more. Like the A1s have been a great campaign. It's been one-on-one, unique to her. A1's is a perfect name, so love it. I love it. it's my favorite time of year, man. The WNBA season's wrapping up. You know, we got media day, preseason cooking up on the NBA side. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And we already got some stuff that dropped just today. You know, we got the new Believe That 2 spot. Conductor Williams is involved. It's crazy. And then you see the first look at the Jason Tatum 4s. He's in a similar position to Haliburton with the injury. So a lot of things coming, but you know I got you. If you made it this far, man, throw a W in the chat. Hit me with a like. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Drop in the comments, what's your favorite signature sneaker right now? I would love to see that and have a conversation in the comments. And please make sure you like, subscribe, share with somebody you think might enjoy this, who likes marketing, who likes sports, who likes these campaigns and want to have these conversations. I'd love to have you guys in the circle. You know what I'm saying? We're almost there. We're almost at 600 subscribers. So let's get over that hump and get us to 700 in the near future. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all in the next one.